Well, today, we'll wait a bit for everyone to grab on. And we're going to be making an actual game, or the beginning of one, an actual video game.
By the way, Ivy's like joining right now, but Zoom isn't launching, so
Oh, hmm,
he will join a bit late.
okay. I believe the link is right. Let me double check. I feel like the camera isn't focusing.
It's focusing on the back.
Welcome, welcome. Just making sure the links are correct here. I messed up once and didn't get the links right. All right, looks good. All right, so how's everyone doing today? Good morning.
I'm exhausted.
And out of curiosity, if you were to make a video game, what type of video game would you want to make?
What kind?
Yes, if you knew everything about programming, what kind of video game would be your favorite to make?
Killing people.
Shooters, yeah,
Killing
or
simulator.
RPGs,
Killing people, of
yeah.
course.
Killing
Shooting a dog.
simulator. Killing simulator.
Yeah, well, for today, we're probably gonna make a game more based around trying not to get killed because that's a little easier. Yeah, first person shooters we will not be able to do in processing.js. We'll have to use like Unity or something. Just because that's a lot of processing to have to do, especially for like three dimensional. Um, but today the goal is to make a game where you can move around for one thing. Probably be more like bird's eye view where you're gonna move around some kind of character, and then probably some kind of dodge the asteroid or dodge the bullets kind of game.
Among Us?
That is possible. I believe that you can kind of do like a multiplayer in Replit.
I can just like copy and paste and see it, copy and paste and like paste the code down.
Yeah, they probably aren't using our particular language. They're probably using like C# or something. All right. Well, we'll go ahead and jump on here. I feel like in about 4 minutes, four more people are going to jump on. I'm going to have to re-explain everything, but I'll try it out here. We're going to be on Replit as normal. Oh, what's going on here? There we go. All right. Create. Type in HTML. Click on HTML, CSS, JS, and click Create REPL. All right. Give me one moment to grab my old REPL so that I know what code to copy here. All right, so on line 13, as usual, we're going to delete this whole script src script.js. Gonna delete that whole line and replace it with the code I just pasted in chat. Gonna copy that code and then paste it in your file, right where that script tag was. Welcome, welcome. Just setting up the basic part here. Yeah, show one more time. On Replit, line 13, the script src script.js. As usual, we're just gonna delete it and then copy the code I pasted in chat, then paste it right where that script tag was. Oh, I just realized, every now and then, if your code looks all like wonky, like you don't have it, positioned right, go ahead and do Command F, and then Replit will format it automatically. It's called a linter. That's the term for when you on save you run some code that will fix your code up and make it look neater. It's called a linter. All right, so once you have the startup code pasted, we'll go to script.js. As usual, we'll write void void space setup setup left parenthesis outside the parentheses left curly brace enter. And then inside the curly braces, we're going to write size size left parenthesis 400 comma space 400. And there we go. We should now have our familiar big gray box. And iWii games, I believe you can. There's a way to do it. Like you can create some kind of multiplayer type game. Probably nothing as complex as Among Us, but yeah, two chat. That's a. I see a lot of projects lately have been using some kind of multiplayer thing. I haven't looked into it, but could be interesting. Oh right. And we'll go ahead since we are doing something a little more complicated. Well, let's go ahead and also make the couple new lines and do void draw. We're doing draw again. void space draw left parentheses and outside the parentheses left curly braces enter. And go ahead and tell me when you are done with that. When you're done, just put a done in chat. All right, good job. everyone. Oh, and remember, for anyone who came a little late, you do need to do this little index thing here. I'll copy and paste it in chat one more time. Just delete your initial script tag on line 13 and then replace it with all this code. All right. So let's go ahead here and we'll start by outside the setup, outside both functions here. Let's go ahead and do let space x space equals and then 0. Or no, let's go 200. And now, I can't stress this enough. You must have a semicolon. Whenever you have any lines of code outside these two functions, you must have a semicolon. I should probably be putting semicolons everywhere, but you especially need it when writing code outside of these functions. So let x equals 200 semicolon. We'll also go ahead and do new line here. Let y equals 200 semicolon. And these will be the variables that we're going to use to draw our initial circle. Our initial character will just be a circle. And we're going to use variables so that later we can manipulate these variables and it will change our actual circle. So let's go ahead here to make that circle. In the draw function, we're going to want to start with a background, 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 left parenthesis, and then I'm going to do my default background. It seems 50, 100, 200. Add a semicolon. You can do whatever color you want here. Just make up some numbers, see what happens. And then new line, and we're going to do ellipse, 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 left parenthesis, and then inside the ellipse, inside the parentheses here, this is important, we're going to type x, comma, space y, comma, space 50, comma, space 50, semicolon. And if we run, we get a nice little background with a circle in the middle. I'll give everyone a chance to get caught up and put a done in chat when you're done. And while you're writing, go ahead and explain a couple things. The variables here obviously are the same variables here. We're basically just substituting a letter for a number. So you can imagine a 200 is being written here. And unlike other times, we do need to put a background in the draw function because we want to make it seem like we're moving a circle instead of like drawing a new one every time, which is what the draw function would do. It draws a new one every 30 frames. But we want to make it seem like we're moving the circle, so we're going to want to do a background behind every ellipse so that it covers up any old circle that we make. Sorry if I'm not speaking here. I know some people are still not finished, but I'm making sure I'm going to do what I'm about to try correctly here. I don't want to show you guys how to do it and then realize I've done it all wrong. Oh, welcome to the new person. Um, as usual, we have the this code here we need to start with. So you can go ahead when you're on Replit, just delete that first script tag, and paste in the code I just put in chat. And then here's the code we have currently. We're just making a circle at positions with variables. All right. I'm wondering real quick. I feel like if I show you guys what I'm thinking of doing, I'm going to do it all wrong. Okay. So let's try this. There we go. Okay, after the ellipse, I'm gonna make a couple new lines here. And we're going to start with very simply if space left parenthesis and then key code KEY capital CODE. Oh, Andrew has a question. Yeah, you can unmute, Andrew.
I can't see a screen.
Oh, you can't see my screen? Shoot.
Oh, I found it.
Okay. I was gonna say I have no idea what's wrong. Okay. So key code. Remember to have this capital C here. It's very important to have the capital letters where I put capital letters because it's very case sensitive. So KEY capital CODE. And inside the parentheses, equals 2 equal signs, space, up, but capital U, capital P. So up in all caps. All this is saying is that if the up key is being pressed, and then we'll do left curly brace, outside the parentheses, left curly brace, enter. And inside these curly braces, we're going to write X space plus sign equal sign. Some people may recognize this. This is plus equals. So X plus sign equal sign space 1 semicolon. So what this is saying is if you're currently pressing the up button, add X or add 1 to X. And remember, this is going to be called 30 times every second. So every single one of those frames, it's going to say, are you pressing the up key? Okay, add 1. So if you hold it down for 1 second, it should move the ellipse up by 30 pixels. So let's see if it works. I'm not entirely sure. Oh my goodness, it works. Kind of. Oh, yeah. Okay, let me show you in here. Sorry, I didn't entirely expect it to work. I'm gonna hold the up key down, and it's going to the right. Not what we intended, but it does move, which is really cool. Here's the code right there. I will say, the one problem with this is that we don't have an else statement, so it's going to be going up, and if you don't press anything else, it's not going to stop going to the right. But go ahead, type down this code, and when you're done, put a done in chat, and make sure to try it out if you can, see if it works. Andrew, you may unmute.
Teacher, mine cannot work.
All right.
See,
All right. You have a capital K. Your statement here has a capital K. It should be a lowercase k. And let me see
Okay.
what would happen if I do a capital K. Yeah, if I do a capital K, it doesn't work. Because JavaScript is very case sensitive, which means, capital or lowercase letters really matter. So this key code, right, is a variable that we're accessing. It basically says, okay, what is the current key code? Key codes are for like particular things like up, down, left, right, shift, or alt, like option. So what is the current key code? But the key code is not spelled with a capital K, and JavaScript has no way of like saying the difference, because to it, like the binary, the ones and zeros of K, capital K, are different from the ones and zeros of lowercase k. So it's going to need to have a lowercase k whenever it should be a lowercase k. And for almost all times, whenever you start something, it's always a lowercase, and then every word in that sentence is a uppercase. So like it starts with lowercase, and the second word is uppercase, third word would be uppercase. And when you are done, go ahead and put a done in chat. Andrew, you may unmute. Looks like you have the camera flipped the wrong way. I can't see the code. Oh, there we go. Give me one moment. Keep it there. I'm going to stop my share and then pin you so you're really big. Huh, it looks all correct. Are you sure it doesn't work? Like, have you run it and then make sure to click the run button? Because it looks correct. Hit key code. Could you look over at your code, or not your code, your circle, and then hmm. I'm not sure what's wrong. Are you sure you've clicked the run button and then tried to click the up button? Okay. Hmm. Oh, one thing would be make sure to, if you see my mouse here, make sure to have like click on your canvas before trying it. Here, I'm gonna run. Like if I had my canvas on here and I clicked up, my cursor on Replit is gonna go up. But I need to click on my canvas and then click up.
Oh. Okay, it's working.
All right, good. Yeah, with all these like parts where you need to click on something, you always need to click on the canvas before. That way, like you know what you're trying to click on. Otherwise, you're gonna start typing on the Replit. All right. Now, if you notice, there are currently two errors. One is that when we click up, it actually goes to the right. That's the big one. Smaller one is that when you click up, when you release up, nothing happened. It will still go to the right until you like click left or something and it will stop. So, any ideas of what we've done wrong for the first one? Why is it that when we click up, the circle goes to the right? Any guesses in chat? Why is it when we click up, the circle goes to the right? What have we done wrong? Well, if you notice here on line 13, we're adding 1 to x. Now, what is x? X is a variable and it is tied to the first number of an ellipse. And remember, the first number, when making an ellipse, determines how far to the left or right it is. So when we add 1 to x every frame, getting up to 250, 300, we're just moving it further and further to the right. We're drawing an ellipse further and further to the right. What we want to do is draw an ellipse further and further up, on the y-axis, up and down, which is the second number. So what we should do is go ahead and change x to y. And now, if you run it and click up, it goes down. One step closer. It is going down because just like how adding to x makes it go to the right, adding to y actually makes it go down, right? And ellipse at 100 or like 200 comma 100 is going to be higher up than an ellipse at 200, 300. The higher the second number is, the bigger the second number is, the further down the circle will be. So we're also going to want to change this plus sign, delete it, make it a minus sign. Y minus equals 1. Now when we run it and click up, our circle goes up. So go ahead and make that change, make sure it works, and then put a done in chat. And to the new person who just came on, here's a link to the Replit you can use to copy code if you need to get caught up. And remember, all we did here is change that x to a y and that minus sign, or that plus sign to a minus sign. Subtraction. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and move forward. And if I'm ever leaving anyone behind, go ahead and just say, like, slow down in chat, and I'll give you time to catch up. But let's go ahead now and add. Well, one important thing we need to add is that right now, all you have to do is click up one time, and then the circle starts going up. And if you release up, it will still go up, which is not a good thing in games. You know, like you don't want to be moving forward and have to keep moving forward. So we'll go ahead here. We'll say new line after the if. We'll just say else, 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 left curly brace, enter. And remember how else works is that if the if statement isn't true, it would just say, okay, otherwise, or else, otherwise. And we'll say, how about maybe y equals y, semicolon, enter. And we'll also say, like, you know, knowing in the future we're going to want this, we're going to say x equals x, semicolon. Basically, if you aren't pressing up, then stop doing anything, right? Keep y where it is and keep x where it is. Don't be moving things around. So let me try it here. I'm not. Okay, actually still doesn't work. So maybe don't write that for now. Let me think about why this is happening. Ah, I know what's happening. Okay, go ahead and delete that else statement. My bad. All right, give me a second here. I'm going to. I'm going to double check that what I'm going to type is correct before I show you guys. Huh. Forgive me. Give me 1 second. I am unsure what I'm doing wrong here. Well, I guess there's no way I can think of to do it. All right, well, let's move on from that. Um, Forgive the strangeness of what just occurred. Let's go ahead and just do other stuff here. Let's give another line. Delete whatever else statement I added. I'm sorry. A new if statement, left parenthesis. Luckily, people who are still writing code got a chance to catch up. All right, we're basically going to be doing the exact same thing here. We're going to do key code, lowercase k, capital C, K-E-Y, capital C-O-D-E, equals, and this time we'll do down, all caps, capital D, capital O, capital W, capital N. Key code equals down. Left curly brace, enter, and we'll do y plus equals, make sure to do a plus equals here, and then 1, semicolon. And if I run this, here I'll actually show on here real quick. I can go up and down, up and down. There we go. Oh no, don't refresh. Okay, it's fine. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just go through the next two things because we also want left and right. Um, if you want, you can even just like copy and paste a bit to help out. I'm gonna just go ahead and write it out. We'll do if left parenthesis key code equals right, capital R, capital I, like again all caps R-I-G-H-T, every single letter capitalized. Left curly brace. We're gonna want x plus equals 1, semicolon. And now we can go up, down, and also to the right. Remember, when going left and right, we're going to want to use the x variable. And when specifically going right, we're going to want to add to the x variable, because if the higher the x variable is, the further to the right we're going to draw our circle. And final ellipse, if left parenthesis, key, capital C code, equals left, all caps L-E-F-T, left curly brace, and then x minus equals 1, semicolon. Sorry if it went a little fast there. I'll make sure to help anyone out if they're confused. But basically, it's just the same if statement, but slightly different lettering here. For the up one, we have y minus equals 1. For down, we have y plus equals 1. For right, R-I-G-H-T, we have x plus equals 1. And for left, we have x minus equals 1. And now, I'm going to go away for 1 second. I can go anywhere. So, go ahead and write it down, run it, try it out, and then when you're done, put a done in chat. I should probably um weighted per if statement because this was actually a lot more code than I thought it would be. So it's probably gonna take people a while. If you want to make it go faster, you can even just like copy and paste an if statement and just change like the parts you need to. Most of programming is copy and pasting code. Andrew has a question. You may unmute.
Teacher, mine isn't working.
All right, go ahead and it all looks perfectly correct. I guess I'll ask you one more time. Are you sure you've clicked on the canvas before trying it out?
Yeah,
Like run and then click on the canvas.
yeah. See, I press it. Wait, I press this one on.
And make sure to click the run button too. That way it updates.
Press the run button.
Huh. Maybe zoom in on your code one more time.
See?
Hmm. And it was working before though, right?
Yeah.
Okay, keep it there for 1 second. I'm going to stop the share so I can pin you. Okay. Um. Oh, I see it. Okay. Let me share my screen. Wait, which screen should it be? There we go. All right, on line 15 here, you have a capital K. On key code equals down, give a capital K. Delete the K and add a lowercase k. And now it should work. All right, and is anyone lost? Is anyone unsure what to do or need help? All right, just making sure. And if you ever are lost, go ahead and just speak up and I'll help you out. All right. I will say that is probably the main thing we're going to do this class. We don't have a ton of time for any other shenanigans here. This isn't a bad little one here. Let me run it one more time. Yep. We got basic movement down. That's a big part of it. Oh. And go ahead when you are done writing the code. I'm on the Facebook and stuff. I'll like with the recording, which I'll make sure to do right away. I'll have like the link to my Replit so you can copy code if you need to. And I guess the main things are if you want to speed it up, make sure to change each number here so that it speeds up correctly going all directions. Or even make like a speed variable and set it equal to, instead of 1, put like speed and then let speed equal 2 or something. You can also do like shenanigans like putting an X on background, like we've done before when doing this kind of stuff. That way, when you move, it changes background. That's mostly it. And go ahead when you are done. And where is it? Yeah, right here. You can click on this, and then you can name your project something different. I'm going to name it Game or Cool Game. And hopefully, depending on how things work out, we will use the same Replit and like just build from here next week. And yeah, once you put in the cool game name part right here, you just go out and now your project is called Cool Game. And you can go out here and then you can go to in create, you can go to my repos and then scroll down and you see, there you go, Cool Game. And then you click on that and come back to your Replit. Let me see if it works. Did it save it? There we go. All right. And before I go, is anyone not done and would like to still see the code? I'll still post my Replit up, but if anyone wants me to wait a bit and see the code, I can wait. All right. In that case, hope everyone had a good time. We're going to use what we learned today to hopefully make even more complicated stuff as we go along. Or maybe we'll do either version, I don't know. But hopefully we can keep the same thing and then kind of, once we have a little character, we can have it begin like dodging bullets or something. All right. So hope you guys were able to learn something. Hope you guys had fun and see you next week. Goodbye.
Have a good day. Bye.
Goodbye.
I hate you, Ivy.